Hi everyone, and welcome to On the Mat. My name is Nikki. I teach here a couple times a week, and very happy to be able to show up and hopefully bring some yoga into your home or wherever you are. Take a little time together to arrive, ground, and find a sense of being centered. We're not going to move too long. We'll take about 30 minutes, so we're going to get right into where we're going today. So I invite you to come to the top of your mat. If you're not on a mat, just find the place you want to begin. Think mountain pose. A lot of times we cue this pose with a lot of strength, energy, and rising, but I encourage you today just to kind of let the body settle and arrive. Maybe let gravity do a little bit more of the work to begin with than this actual sense of rising. It's a nice idea that we can be powerful in all these standing poses, but we also need to recognize when there needs to be peace and ease. So for just a few breaths here, find an easy kind of place and recognize that even when we let go, right, we don't try, we can still stand tall. Right? Watch the breath move without assistance. Right, already start to notice what the body knows without your intervention. And then now a few breaths, a little deeper, a little fuller, right? Feel the collarbones expand. The sense on the exhales especially of lengthening the spine. A little sense of the tailbone reaching towards the earth. Another big breath here, in and out. And then we'll come into extended mountains. So arms sweep out to the side or up or out in front. Right? Gaze can follow the thumbs. You can follow the fingers with the gaze if you want. Right? Let the shoulders relax a little bit here, even in the sense of lengthening. And the front body, lift the hip bones towards the low ribs. Right? Anchor the feet, find a little more length through the whole body. Take another big breath in. And on your next exhale, fold forwards. Right? Little tuck of the chin to the chest. Find a halfway lift. Big breath in. And exhale, fold. All the way up, extended mountain. Legs are strong, feet are rooted. And exhale, fold. Halfway lift, big reach. Fold and surrender. And one more time, extended mountain. So we're just matching movement to breath. And then exhale, fold. Halfway lift here, big breath. Plant the hands, right foot steps back to lunge. Right, keep that right knee lifted, or if you'd rather, drop it down. Just a few breaths here. Right, a sense of squareness in the hips, right? And lengthening in the spine. Take another breath in and out. Good, and then pick that back knee up and hop the right foot forwards. Halfway lift. Hands plant, left foot back, left knee down. Right? Little sense of letting the hips sink down and forwards. Right? Energy here. You can always have that back knee lifted if you'd rather be in that high lunge in the legs. Another big breath. And then step the left foot forwards. Halfway lift, fill up. Just fold. All the way up, extended mountain, nice big reach. Fold forwards. Find that sweep of the arms. Forwards or out to the side. Halfway lift. Hands lift, right foot back to lunge. This time we'll rise, low or high, up to you. Right, arms can reach if you're not there yet, even hands to the front thigh, or wherever you are, building a sense of pulling the body up and away from the left thigh here. Right, notice the stretch in the right quad, into the hip flexor, maybe starting to build the back bend. Right, if you're reaching, those fingers and inner elbows can help you lengthen and maybe lean back. Take another big breath in and out. Yeah, one more into that deeper settling here. And then hands land. Yeah, a little twist here. So start just with that Left hand on the left knee, navel turning towards the inner left thigh. Press the left shoulder back in space, right? Try to get the twist to keep sort of rising from the navel up, not finding the hips. Sometimes hand to the low back is a nice sort of place to land here. Some of you liking that arm reaching for the sky. And if you're feeling it already, feel free to tuck the right toes and lift the right knee. Right, gaze can always shift up, straight ahead, or up to the side, or even down, depending on the neck. Take another big breath in and out. Yeah, and then plant the left hand inside the left foot and drop the right foot for warrior two stance. Just pause. Take a couple breaths on the earth. Bending into the elbows might feel nice as well. Yeah, and then when you're ready, step the right foot forwards. Right, halfway lift. Fold, plant the hand, step the left foot back. Right, drop the left knee down. Take a couple breaths. Once you're where you want to be, you can rise into your lunge, reaching the arms, hands to the thigh, heart. Right? Lots of places to arrive. Find what serves you here. Right? Steady breath. Notice how each and every pose makes the space for the lungs different and how you have to adapt, right? Both body and mind. Right? One more breath. And then the hands land, right? Right hand can start at the right hip, twisting towards that inner thigh, stacking or thinking about stacking the shoulders. Doesn't always happen if you're in the low lunge, right? If you're feeling that high lunge, lift that back knee and find where you want to be with the right hand. Right? Take care of the neck, shoulders slide a little closer together on the back. Another breath. And then right hand inside the right foot. Left foot for that warrior two stance to pause, right? Maybe sinking into the elbows here. Another breath. And then getting ready to step forwards. Halfway lift. And fold. All the way up, extended mountain. Fold forwards. Halfway lift. Hands plant, right foot back to lunge. Halt low or high, right? So now I'm gonna find my high lunge here, right? Think of plugging the thighs into the center line, or the inner elbows rising, right? Energy not just used to root and anchor here, but to draw the body long. Right? Take a couple big breaths, right? Stillness, strength, and also space to settle into ease if you can. Another breath in. And then fold. Plant the hands. Right hand stays grounded. Left hand to that hip or extending for the sky. Right? Breathe into the heart. See if you can still find space in the ribs, even down to the abdomen. And either during the exhale or just after, maybe twisting a little deeper. One more breath. Yeah, left hand lands. And that right foot lands for warrior two, this time windmilling the arms up. Right? Palms down, sort of generally where we land. Palms up is a nice alternative. Right? Press firm through the pinky edge side of the right foot. You want the inner arch rising. Sink into the left knee. Don't let that left arm pull you forward, so settling shoulders over hips here. Can you lengthen the spine? So, we talk about poses a lot in regards to the legs, but really, what's happening in the spine? Can you extend here? Find more height. Use the exhales to draw navel in and up and lengthen if you can. Take another breath. Good, and then straighten the front leg. Right, the front hip will drop. Right? Lengthen both sides of the body. Some of us, shortening the stance an inch or two might make more sense. Reach forward as far as you can. Be willing to pause. And then when you're ready, drop that top arm. Lightly land on the shin. You can press into the inner calf. Right, working to stack the shoulders, gaze up to the side or down. And strong through both feet, the inner and outer legs, and the spine lengthens, and that left ear doesn't collapse towards the left shoulder. Take another breath. Good. Back to warrior two. Nice big breath in. And then plant the hands. Good. Stepping back, down dog. So nice strong step. A chance to stretch into the shoulders here. Big breath in and out. Two more. All right, make this pose about the spine as well. Crown reaches forwards, tailbone lifts. Yeah, and then we'll stay on the same side. So just take your left leg up and back. Inner thigh rising. All 5 toes rotated towards the earth. Take a big breath in, press out of the heel or the ball of the foot. And then exhale, left knee to nose. Round the spine. Pause. If you can, another breath. And then left foot lands between the hands. Let's shorten for warrior one. Yeah. Lengthen the spine and rise up. Sink into your front knee. Draw the body up and away from the front thigh. Pinky outside of the right foot anchored here. Ideally about a 45-degree angle with the back foot, give or take. Right? All those idealies are just sort of beginning points. Right? Make sure the back knee is okay. Otherwise, maybe try a high lunge again here. Right? Inner elbows lift. Take 2 more breaths. Hands to the heart. Up on the ball of the back foot. So slow tip. This is just as much about strength as about recognizing our own stability and sense of being grounded. So pull as much of the weight forward as you can and pause. Right? It might just be light in the ball of the back foot. You might be able to come up onto the tip of the right big toe. 2 big breaths in and out. Navel to spine on the out. Last breath. Yeah, step forwards for chair. Just a breath in. And then fold. Halfway lift. Hands plant. Left foot back to lunge, right? Low or high. So if you want the high lunge, you rise up, back knee lifted and strong, right? Doesn't mean there isn't a little bend. Right? Take a few breaths to pull the body long. Notice that the stance is asking for space. Another big breath in and out. And then plant the hands, right? Left hand stays, we stack the shoulders, either the full reach or right hand to the low back, or even the right hip. Breathe along the collarbones here. Look for space. The exhales as you empty, make space to twist deeper maybe. Yeah, and then right hand lands, warrior two in the stance. And if you can, finding the wingspan first maybe before you rise up. I notice the length of the stance. Warrior two is allowed to be deeply challenging. It's allowed to be a place where you can find space and reset. All right, shoulders settled over hips, gaze over that front middle finger, but also watching the experience unfold. Right? Especially as the mind tries to take over an experience that is mostly about the body here. Another breath. Long spine. Straighten the front leg. Front hip drops a little, even a lot. You can shorten and then reach forwards. And when you're ready, drop. So it's very strong in the body here, right? Really, that bottom hand is lightly connected. There's a sense of all the strength in the center of the body. Find somewhere for the gaze. Big breaths. Yeah, back to warrior two. Nice big breath in and out. One more in. And then plant the hands and step back to down dog. Right, use down dog as a place to reset, which means if it's not your pose just now, child's pose, table, or something else might make sense. And again, be willing to soften the knees or lift the heels if it allows the spine to lengthen here. All right, and if you want a sense of locking energy in, little tuck of the chin to the chest will create that bandha, that lock at the top of the throat. Yeah, so second side, right leg up. Try to keep the leg straight, that inner thigh rotating. Press through the heel or the ball of the foot, depending on how it feels. Nice big breath in. Exhale, right knee to nose, little pause of another breath if you can. And then right foot between the hands. Warrior one, second side. Slow rise, find your transition here. Right, settle in, find the angle for the back foot that makes sense. It's okay to look, sort of check if you've landed in a place that makes sense, right? Try squaring the shoulders forwards. Hips, for a lot of us, are never gonna get there, but where do you feel strong and steady? Right? Where do you feel a balance of challenge and ease? Another breath, heart fills, collarbones expand, body accepts, and then delivers back the breath. Hands to the heart, up on the ball of that back foot. So first that sense of stability and strength here. Slow step forwards to pause, right? Come off that left foot as much as you can. Take a couple breaths. And then like last time, chair pose, right? Hands stay at the heart, extend forwards or rise. Sit deep. 2 big breaths in and out. Last one. And fold. Breath in. And out. Good. Soften the knees. Take a big step back with the left foot. All 10 toes turn this way and rise up. So, think of pigeon toeing the feet a little bit. You want to think of like the pinky edge set of the feet matching the short edge of the mat, if you're on a mat. Whole footprint is anchored. Let's start with hands at the hips. Try to resist the urge to sort of press the hips way back to fold. Pull the body long and draw yourself forward so you can build this sense of strength in the inner legs and center of the body. Nice big breath in, feet anchored. Exhale, start to fold. Tuck the chin towards the chest. Inner legs are strong, center of the body. Find a halfway lift maybe. Take another breath and fold forwards. Hands can land under shoulders here. And then eventually they walk back in between the feet, elbows bending behind you. Sits bones rise, navel to spine, crown of the head dips to the earth. And slow breaths out here. Right, every time you lengthen the exhale a little bit, you're signaling the body to settle down, find some quiet and peace and serenity. Two more breaths here. Find a halfway lift, hands under shoulders, right? If you want a little more, try hands to the heart. And if you want a little flash of energy and challenge, soften the knees a tiny bit. Maybe extend the arms forwards to me, palms in, like you're holding a yoga block between the hands. Let's say 5 breaths here in and out. Right, soften into the experience. Don't let the mind trick you into thinking you can or cannot stay. Right, absolute truth here, full honesty. Another breath. All the way up. Release the arms. Take a couple breaths. Good. Soften the knees. Step to the top of your mat or wherever you began. And big breath in and out. Now extended mountain to reach. Nice and slow fold forwards here. Halfway lift, fill. Hands plank for down dog. Take a big breath in. Open the mouth, sigh it out. One more here, spine long, fill. And empty. Lower the knees, sit back on the heels, hands to the thighs, palms up or down. Just take a few breaths here. Little tug of the chin to the chest, right? Notice how you feel. And we'll take our last few poses here on the earth. So we'll come into a seat. If you have blankets or pillows, It might be nice to use them to sit to help you fold. The one thing about folds is we don't want to collapse back and then try to reach. We want to be able to sort of tip the pelvis forward. So sometimes being lifted is nice. Right? You want to think of pulling stomach to thighs and of lengthening the front body so the collarbones drop forward. So let's just start with a straightforward fold, right? Get the body ready by lengthening, right? Sometimes reaching the arms is a nice addition, not necessary. But take a big breath in wherever you are. And then exhale, start to fold. Pull the stomach to the thighs, pull the collarbones forwards, reach the arms, right? You can walk them along the legs, you can grab calves, ankles, or maybe feet. It's sometimes nice to take a few breaths to find more. Inhale to lift a little. And the exhale to draw the body further forwards. Right? Again, moving or maybe ready to be still. Two more breaths. And then walk the hands back and up. Again, take a few breaths to notice how you've landed. Right? Poses aren't entirely about the body, they are about the energetic body as well. Right? How does each and every place you land and each and every breath you take impact, who you become? So let's take another fold. This time we'll come into Janu Shirshasana, so I'll mirror you here, right? Legs are out in front. You want the right foot to the inner left thigh. If you want a little more of a twist with this one, you can actually widen the angle of the legs, and then it's a bigger twist towards the extended foot. I'll leave that up to you. Same thing, lengthen the body, twist or square the shoulders towards the extended foot, right? If you want to reach, you can. Big breath in. And then again, pull the body forwards. Pay attention to the length through the front body, to the length through the right side. Draw the navel towards the right thigh. Chin drops to the chest, right? Find the place you want to land. Notice if it's all ambition. Notice if it's all ease. Right? Can you find that balanced place of acceptance and struggle towards something a little more? Two more breaths. And restack the spine. Good. Now this knee will stay bent, but it'll point towards the earth. You want about a fist width between the thigh and the foot. This leg is still flexed and active. Take a nice big breath in. I'll anchor my back arm behind me, and then twisting towards the bent knee. So if you're mirroring me, it's your left arm wrapping the knee. The elbow can come to the outer leg. Try to make sure that foot is anchored. So the big toe side is pressing down. You want this knee to stay stacked, in line with the hip and the ankle here. Right. Use the exhales to find more depth. Notice if the moment you're empty, there is even more still. Another breath. And then unwind. Take a moment, right? Energetic impact. How have you arrived? Now our second side. So again, if you're mirroring me, the right leg will go long, left foot to that inner thigh. If you want that wide stance with the bigger rotation, please feel free. Breath in to lengthen. You can reach the arms if you'd like. Spine extends to the base of the skull. On your exhale, pull the body forwards. Right? Inhale, maybe more length. Exhale, deeper into your fold. And you can grab the calf, the ankle, the foot. And relax the muscles in the face and jaw. Right? Notice if you're doing things that make it seem like they're productive, but they're actually just distraction here. Right? A sense of shoulders drawing a little closer on the back without forcing or jamming them too far down. Two more breaths. And then restack the spine. And then our last twist here. So landing that left foot on the ground. Right leg is active. Breath to lengthen. Think of the spine staying stacked, over the hips. And then twisting here, right?
Notice if you need to adjust, to shift, to move the body, but make sure you have a sense of groundedness here, right? My gaze could always shift over the back shoulder. Try not to let that extended leg collapse or relax, right? So pay attention to the body everywhere, right? Just like the breath is trying to do every time we breathe in and out. 2 more breaths. And then back through center. Again, a chance to notice, right now, how have you arrived? And so one more fold, this time more about really sort of settling and anchoring ourselves down. So a deeper bend in the knees, feet flexed or relaxed. And just connect your stomach to your thighs. Sometimes with this one, I wrap my arms behind my legs and I just sort of land my head on my knees. Big breaths expand the back body, fill the space over the heart and ribs. Every exhale, add a moment. So if the first breath is 5 moments in, or 5 counts, the first out is 5, and then 5 counts in, the next out is 6. 5 counts in, the next out is 7. Right? Notice what the breathing does to both the body and the mind. Next breath or 2, restack the spine. Right. One more noticing of the energetic impact. Right. And in the knowing, something as simple as slow, careful breaths out. Right. What do you learn about yourself, not just now, but how you might move through the world in the future? Right. How something as simple as a deep breath in and out can have an impact on who and how we are. Getting ready to come down onto the back body here. Right, and laying flat on the back. And if you have a ponytail, great time to take it out. Both knees on the earth bent, and then bring the right knee to the heart. Just wrap the hand around the shin. Take a couple breaths. Right. Peace fingers can find that right big toe if you'd like. And maybe starting to extend the leg overhead. It doesn't need to get straight, but it might. You want a sense of the right shoulder plugged in. If this leg is straight and you want to extend the left leg long, maybe hand to the thigh or even to sort of where the hip bone is. You can stay grounded, or maybe both hands find the ball of that foot, right? Tailbone lengthening, sits bones moving sort of away from you. You might even curl the head, neck, and shoulders up off the mat for a couple breaths here. We're not really holding on tight, right? So you could release and stay pretty lifted here. Another breath in and out. And one more. And then when you surrender back to the earth, find a symmetrical place. And a chance to notice how something that simple has an impact on the body. How does the right side feel? Separate from the left. And then second side, anchor both feet on the earth, knees bent. Left knee into the heart. Peace fingers can wrap the left big toe, only if you'd like, right? You can keep that knee in. Whether this leg is starting to reach long or not, right? So if the knee is bent, you could straighten the right leg. Just take care. You'll notice this side for me is a little bit bent. Some really, really open. Right, maybe both hands find the ball of the foot. Really, the leg should be close to straight if you're here. And some of you may be curling head, neck, and shoulders up off the mat. Keep that right leg active and strong, engaged. Again,
pretty strong in the center of the body. Another breath. And a slow release. Find somewhere symmetrical to let go. Both knees bent, feet on the earth, or legs long. Notice how the body is both the same and different on both sides. And if you are ready for Shavasana, stay as you are. Right? Don't just go for the regular path or the habit. Be really honest here. If you need something else, absolutely. Maybe knees into heart, maybe a rock-a-roll at the back of the body. Then over the next few breaths, making your way into whatever shape Shavasana is going to take. Right? Legs go long, arms go wide, palms turn to the sky. Take up space in the world, in yourself, in this moment. So much more vast than we can truly grasp. Soften the gaze or close the eyes. Muscles in the face, relax and surrender. Draw your awareness to the space between yourself and the earth. Right? So if you notice where the hands, arms, feet, legs, glutes, back, and head are touching the ground. Right? Up close, there's a small little bit of space. Get really aware of it here, so that you start to recognize that in the heaviness of this pose, in the absolute surrender, you are also suspended just over the sea of the earth. Right? Afloat, so very light. Right? In this knowing that we can be both anchored and afloat, both heavy and light. Recognize that in any given moment, we can be more than one thing. Please feel free to stay in Shavasana as long as you'd like. Take your time. And when you're ready, 5-10 minutes, make your way back into the waking world.